yourself, then you can present.
Yeah. So I'm Sneha, based out of Chennai. So I'm currently working and I've completed my graduation in engineering. So I'll be taking you through new public administration topic from chapter one. So I'll share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So the topic that I'm going to handle will be new public administration. So first we'll have to understand the historical and disciplinary context of this. So why there was a need of new public administration when there was already a public administration which was defined by Woodrow Wilson and other scholars. So we'll have to first understand that. So the old traditional public administration advocated for different different things like politics and administration dichotomy, science of administration, principle of administration, era of challenges. So these were all advocated by the older traditional public administration. Then why did we have the need to have a new public administration? So if we see that after World War II, the field of public administration in the US and elsewhere, it was dominated by a managerial structural public administration paradigm. That is, the old public administration was more or less a hierarchical structure, which was emphasizing on rules and technical rationality. So in the 1960s, US was having a turbulent period in terms of civil rights movement, Vietnam War protest, urban unrest. So many scholars felt that public administration was not adequately responsive to the major societal problems. That is, the older public administration failed to solve all these problems that were in the society. So at the same time, newly independent countries, that is the third world, were dealing with developmental activities, poverty, nation building. So the old public administration model seemed to be inadequate there also, which means that theoretically and practically the public administration is failing here. So this all these criteria led the young scholars of public administration to call for a new orientation, which is nothing but new public administration. The focus of new public administration will be values, equity, relevance, and participation. So all these were the core values of new public administration. So this was on the historical part. So the major landmarks and conferences that led to new public administration was that in 1967 we had the Honey Report, which is a report for the higher education for public services by J.C. Honey. And in 1967 we had Philadelphia Conference on Theory and Practice of Public Administration, which was organized by American Academy of Political and Social Science. In 1968, we had the Minnowbrook Conference 1, which was held at Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs, Syracuse University. And 1971, we had two book publications, which is first one was towards new public administration, the Minnowbrook Perspective, which was edited by Frank Marini. And in the same year, we also had another book from Dwight Waldo, that is Public Administration in the Time of Turbulence. And we also had Minnowbrook Conference 2 and 3 in the 1988 and 2008. So these were all the major landmarks for new public administration. So if we are talking about the first landmark, that is the Honey Report in 1966. So if we see that John C. Honey of Syracuse University, what he did was he did an extensive study of public administration as an academic discipline. So initially, public administration was considered as an art or a myth. So then this person, Honey, did an public administration as an academic discipline. He did this study and he identified four problems of the discipline. In his report that he published, there were four problems that were to be noted down. So the first problem was inadequate funds at the disposal of the disciplines. That is, to learn this as a discipline for students, faculty, and research, there were inadequate funds. The second problem was that uncertainty and confusion over the status of the discipline. So whether this discipline, whether it is a discipline or a subject or a science or a profession, so there was a lot of confusion in this. And the third problem was that institutional shortcoming. That is, to learn public administration as a discipline, we needed some department, correct, and the teachers to train us. So there were institutional shortcomings as well, and lack of communication between public administration scholars and practicing administrators. That is, there was a gap between the person who was teaching and the scholars of public administration. So these were the four problems identified in the Honey report. So when we talk about the next landmark, that is Philadelphia Conference in 1967, it was organized by American Academy of Political and Social Sciences. So the core theme of this was theory and practice of public administration, scope, objectives, and methods. So this was the theory. So the basic agenda was to discuss about the findings of the Honey report, which we discussed earlier. So the main points that need to be noted down here is that in the Philadelphia conference, there were certain group of people advocating for some points, and there was some against it. So it was a conversation between different scholars. So people disagreed on what public administration really means. Some said it is only about political interest. Others said it is what government does. So there was two views in the Philadelphia conference. So some people said that it is hard to define what all area public administration actually covers. That is, the scope of public administration was very much not clear. And then political administration dichotomy, which was proposed by Woodrow Wilson. So some said that politics and administration should be studied separately, and few others rejected these ideas of political administration dichotomy. So, and next was focus on America. That is, some felt that American public administration should focus only on American systems, while some felt that it should be globalized. And in terms of bureaucracy, people felt that bureaucracy should be studied both by its structure, that is how it's built, and its function, that is what it does. And few others had different opinions. So separate training, that is public and private administration should not be taught together. They are quite different. That is, public means it is for the people. Private means they are all that is they're not client they're all client oriented, and profit will be only focus. So they had an opinion that separate training should be given for both these administration levels. And some felt that public administration should be have its own discipline rather than being a part of political science. So these were all discussions that happened in the Philadelphia conference. And the major part here is the Minnowbrook conference that led to the major revolutions in the political administration. So if you see, the first Minnowbrook conference was chairman was Dwight Waldo. And if you see the background, why this Minnowbrook conference happened, because in the 1960s, as I said, we had a period of social unrest, that is civil rights movement, Vietnam War, and a lot of inequality was there. And public administration was seen out of touch with these social problems. That is, public administration could not solve the societal problems. So it was not in touch with these social problems. It couldn't handle these problems. So this Minnowbrook conference was aimed to bring in young scholars and new ideas. So this gave birth to new public administration when young scholars came and gave their ideas. So the literature of new public administration emphasizes on five major themes, which is relevance, value, social equity, change oriented, and one more is client focus. So put it into simple words, relevance was that public administration was only focused on efficiency, that is efficiency, economy, and effectiveness. it couldn't handle the real social issues. So it was not concerned about people lives. So this was the main